Well, we're moving from just over 1% of GDP to 2%, as you say, within the next 8 years, and we have committed to saying that every 2 years we'll check in to see if we can go faster and we can do more. So what has actually happened is that we've had about 35 years of essentially cuts in defence as we got the peace dividend, and essentially now we're having to rebuild so much of our defence force. So it's not only what's happening in the Indo-Pacific region, but it's actually what's happening in the world. And we, like everyone else, we're watching the news as well. We're seeing that the world is a very difficult geopolitical time at the moment, and everyone's been called upon to do more for ourselves, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, on that point, we know that the United States has been trying to get its allies, its supporters, to also do more in terms of regional security. Does that also play a factor?
Well, they haven't actually asked us to do that, and so no one's asked us to increase our defence spend. I'm simply the Minister of Defence who said we've got to increase our defence spend, and that we need to get, we need to look after our personnel, and we need to have more big ticket items, which we are doing. We have a very large maritime area. We're the 4th largest search and rescue area in the world, and we are a maritime nation, and we simply have to do more. We also have a large exclusive economic zone, the 9th largest in the world, and for a population that is about the same size as Alabama, we're doing what we can do, but it's certainly a lot more than what we have in the past.
Minister, indeed, you have spoken about getting the New Zealand Defence Force out of ICU, quote unquote. Can you give us a sense of what you are prioritising in terms of capabilities and gaps to get back to operational strength?
Yeah, absolutely. So right at the moment we're out looking for replacements for our logistics movement planes. So in other words, our Boeing 757s that are now 32 and 33 years old. They're being replaced, and we're also looking for maritime helicopters to replace the Sea Sprites that we have, some of whose airframes go back to the 1960s. So we're replacing those quite big ticket items. In addition to that, we're increasing our personnel. So the good thing is we have stopped the attrition rates that we inherited, so we're now down to 5.8% attrition in the Navy, which is the historic low. Same Defence Force across the board, about 7.1 for uniformed staff. That's a very reasonable figure, and we were just about 2 years ago facing 17.7% attrition a year, which meant we got a lot of hollowing out of experienced, capable leaders, and so we're rebuilding personnel as well as equipment.